Hello, everybody, and welcome along then to the third round, I believe, of the Division 2 season within Fprl'S, the third season. And the track today is Australia. The track has been remade for this year onward and now only has 14 corners with 5 to the left and 9 to the right. The whole of Sector 2 has been remade from the beginning to the end and no longer holds a chicane before the long straight. Now the whole part is straight, with turns 6 and 7 being remade to carry more speed into the corners and almost go flat out. Sector 3 has been remade in turn 11, making it more square and tight to get to the apex right. And turn 13 and 14 have been widened. Turn 3 and 4 also have been a little bit extended. The track is 5.2 kilometers or 3.2 miles, depending on what you use, and has been an incredible history spanning back to 1996, where Lex Davison and Michael Schumacher taking the most wins of 4 on this track. Its GP is also known for the curse of Australian drivers, since none of them are yet to win at their home race. Albert Park was also the opening race from 2011 to 2019, but after 2020 it was changed to Bahrain due to 2 cancellations in 2020 and 2021 due to the coronavirus case. The tyres available today are a strange one, really, for going from the C2 and C3 to the softs being a C5. The rain is not uncommon here, and for that the intermediates and wets are available to use, but as we're going to get into session now, we can see that we are not really seeing any threat of rain, as we're starting to see a few cars get out on track. As I just sort this out quickly, but yeah, everyone's going to be opting for the soft. Hako obviously doing an installation lap on the intermediate tyres, trying to make sure all his stuff is working. If you ever see anyone do that, that's what they're doing. They're just making sure they don't waste tyres if they have an issue with their wheel or whatever. So that's what you're seeing there. But yeah, we have a few drivers here today that raced yesterday in Division 3. Notably, Hako racing yesterday grabbed P2, I believe. Also, we have Zevik racing yesterday. He did not get as much luck as it was hoped for he will have today. Alden racing in Division 1 on Friday. Did pretty decent to finish within the points. Same with Ollie Horwood. Flex joined towards the latter end on the restart yesterday. Yesterday's Division 3 race. Matey Castman then, the 2-time champion then of Division 2, stating his claim again to try and win the championship this year, as he moves from Williams into the AlphaTauri for this season. But first to start their laps then, as we've seen pretty much every race this season, Kickerlin is always the first one out there, always the first one trying to get a lap in, because if he messes up he has more time then to go out and set another lap. But let's see what times we're going to get here. So in Division 1, I think the Q1 best time was a 17.5. But let's see how close Kickerlin can get to that on his first run. I think if he can get into the 17s, it'll be pretty nice, but I think he'll be okay to get. If he gets into the 18s, he should be safe anyway, using a lot of the exit there as he comes down into turn 3-4. As we can see, I think that's all in letting him through. Down to third gear, careful you're going to lock up here, and then be careful on the throttle. He goes up into fourth gear quite fast there. But this is pretty much flat. Don't touch the curb too much on the inside, as I will chuck you around and you'll be spinning, and that'll be your lap over and done with. But looking pretty decent through here. Only 6th gear. I know a lot of people use 5th gear to get that engine braking, use a little bit of the asphalt on the exit. But as we've seen remade now, no chicane here. Pretty much a straight lap, making the lap times considerably shorter. Especially with the new regulations, the cars are already slower, so. But obviously it's a purple sector 2 for Kickerlin going into turn 11, and this is one where we've seen a lot of people struggling. Saw some nice overtakes here yesterday, but so far he's looking pretty decent through here. We'll only be able to find out when he crosses the line and we see his lap time, but so far all is good. Careful he doesn't spin it around here, but it's a pretty decent lap then for Kick. Is he going to be able to get into the 17s as soon as possible? It's a 17.8. It's a really nice time from Kick. That's going to be him safely through. Hako going into the pits, of course, but we have Vinyl Cookie sitting at 18.9, and then next across the line is going to be Odin starting his lap. Then we have Moses, who's about to finish his lap. He looks like he's had a bit of an issue then, as it's only a 21.2 for him. Flex also coming across the line now then. It's also another issue for him. But we can see Odin He's going through middle of sector 1 now, as we can see Major Castman starting his lap. I imagine he wants to be looking at getting pole today. Also, as we have a spinner. Is that the Red Bull of Zevik? Yes, it is. Spinning once again. I think we saw that yesterday also. But it's not going to help his claim. He's going to have to go again. Which you don't really want to do in this Q1 session. You want to save your tyres for as long as possible. As contact between Adam and Francisco Martins. Unfortunately got in the way there. He's been handed a 5-place grid penalty. I imagine that might be getting protested after the race, but he's got to go into the pits now and change his front wing. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I think we've got a few more people crossing the line. We just sank Karim also on a lap. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Major Castman coming through the end of sector 2. I don't know how good he is compared to Kikrin's time. Audin's setting an 18.6. Kikrin's setting a pretty mega time right now, but we've only got about 5 people who've actually set a lap time that's actually representative of their true pace. As we have another Aston Martin off. That's the Aston Martin bank on his out lap. But Major Castman then coming around the final corner. It's not looking the best lap so far. We'll have to see though. It's an 18.2 for Major. That puts him firmly in P2. Should be safe for him. As Flex going into the pit lane. Same with Simon de Witt and Zevik. I can't tell if he's on a lap or not. I think he had to go again because of his spin, but he's going to go into the pit lane anyway. As Olehowicz is going to be midway through his lap, but we're going to look at Sam Karim, who's going to put an 18.1. That puts him just ahead of Major Castman by around about a tenth, just under. Yeah, nice lap from him. Trying to look who else is on track. Olehowicz out lap. He's probably going to be the next guy to set a lap. I don't know, we've got Lolland coming through then towards the end of sector 1. Fourth gear there, that's going to cause him a little bit of exit speed decrease, but it's going to work on his engine brake, meaning he can get it slowed down faster at turn 6. Lolly not using as much curb as you can on both of these fast left rights, but he backs off. And I'm confused why, but he has. Same with Olehowicz. But yeah, trying to find some more people on laps now, but I can't quite find anyone. Let's see if Alan will go again, or is he going to go into the pits? Yeah, he's going to go again. So then Alan, 32.1, backing off for some reason, but he's going to go again. Fourth gear, that's quite demanding to go into fourth gear there. Got to be able to keep the car under control as much as possible there, but he seems to have done it well. Using second gear, he's obviously a fan of the low gears. The Division 1 Season 3 Constructors Champion alongside Jip van Dam. But he is 5/10 up on his time, obviously feeling like his first lap was not good enough. It was better to slow down and go again. Still has about 1.8 laps of fuel left, so it's enough to finish this lap and get into the pit lane. But yeah, lots of people on out laps. It's quite a long Q1 session. This is still 10 minutes left in it. But yeah, we're going to stay on board here with Lolle, see what he can do. When he gets the practice done, he's a very fast driver. Not looking too bad from the Swedish driver. It's going to be the run to the line then. Can he get into the 18s? Yes, just about. An 18.9 puts him in P6. Not too bad. Hako is another guy on a lap time now. But I think we have Flex. Sorry, wrong driver. Adam, very fast driver. Qualifying pretty decent then in Division 1 on Friday. but I think this is his main division, Division 3. Division 2, sorry. But yeah, look at this. Already showing some good pace in his first run. Come to the line then. It's going to be a 17.9, puts in P2, 1/10 behind Kikkonen. But Ole Horwood comes across the line. It's a 118.7. So Simon David seems to have spun it. Exit at turn 10. It's unfortunate. But we have Flex coming across the line now. He's 3 tenths down on his time. No, oh, it is a big improvement. I don't know, 8 seconds. I don't know what the the Delta was saying now. So we got a crash in the background between Moses and Hako. Yeah, a lot of drivers doing quite a few laps then in Q1. Lots of people messing up, but only Lil Jack retiring because he is a Div 1 driver, so he has to not do qualifying. But yeah, we have only 2 more drivers that are gonna go out, so we didn't have to push too hard. I think the top 7 at least are pretty safe so far. But Adam seems to be going again. No, he's pitting, but it's not bad of it, but not bad of an in lap either. As Odin is about to start another lap. Bank on a fire. 1.7 seconds down for sector 2 apparently. Because he's gonna pit. He's gonna have to go out again if he wants to get into Q3, especially like this man, Francisco Martins. Division 1 last season, but Division 2 this season. He's about to start his lap. But Vinyl and Hako, 2 Mercedes drivers on their lap. Vinyl being moved up into Division 2 for this race to show how good his pace is. Can he prove it to the Mercedes team principals? As we come across the line now, it's going to be a 22.2. No improvement there. A bit of a mess up, I imagine, in the lap somewhere. But we have the Rebel of Zavik seems to be slowing. So he's not going to be improving right now. Into the pit lane he goes. Moses spinning it, hopefully it doesn't impede the lap time of Odin. As he comes around at the final corner now. I think he's going to avoid him. Yeah, he will. But let's see if Odin's found any time. He seems to not as he goes into the pit lane. It seems like everyone's messing up and going into the pit lane right now. But Hako, 1/10 down then, in through sector 2. He's locked up into a little bit into turn 11, missed the apex, sacrifices extra speed, that will do. As he drops into 5th gear, I'd like to keep it in 6th, he gain a bit more speed under, but he does mess up. As he goes into it, it seems to be pretty much a running theme now. As Francisco Martinez seems to be the first guy in a long while to actually finish their lap. Any lap he will do will be an improvement. It's going to be a 119.2, that puts him P13. Unfortunate for him, but I got a feeling that won't be enough, as we have some pretty decent drivers that are still needing to get out there. But yeah, Vinyl Cookie goes into the pits then. Simon David yeah, he's on a lap. He's best time so far is a 142.2, so should see an improvement of over 20 seconds if he gets it right and doesn't spin. Coming towards the end of sector 1 now then. Let's get a split. It's a 27.1, not a bad first sector. Looking pretty handy then for that corner also. But yeah, here we go then. Onto the straight then. This is where I think this game you need to have a lot more less downforce. As there's lots more straights and the corners are less tight. So yeah, that's why. But yeah, he doesn't really hit the apex there. The fast left right. Coming into turn 11 then. Comes over the curb quite nicely. This could be a decent lap from him. Yeah, it looks like he's linked it up pretty nicely overall. It's just the apex by quite a little bit there. It's going to sacrifice some lap time. But other than that, yeah, it's looking okay. He's going to be in the 18s. It's an 18.4. That puts him P5. A decent time from him. As Yivadar also going up into P5 with an 18.4. Two 18.4s consecutively. Bank is also on a lap time as he comes in to Sector 3. Yeah, he hits the apex quite nicely there, Bank. This could be a really nice time from him, as he seems to have a bit of a stutter put in the power on, which won't be good for his time, but he comes across the line. It's going to be an 18.1, a decent lap time going up into P3. Adam seems to be still going for it. He's very safe, but yeah, 17.5, really good time, really good time. It's the best, one of the best we saw in Division 1 in Q1 on Friday. Who else have we got on laps? I don't think anyone right now. We've got to find who's the first one to be coming out then. Hako on a lap. 17 seconds down. That's not right, as he's only 9 seconds into his lap. But, here we go then. Hako. Nice apex, a little bit of a lockup though, so it's not going to be good for the temperatures. Short shifting into 5th then. Being careful that he doesn't spin it round. Lots of curve on the exit there, but see how much he hits it into here. Very wide, that's not going to be good for Hako as he's backing off. As that's not going to be a good time. But also, Vinyl Cookie then. He's in P13, he needs to get out of that drop zone. Well, he's not in the drop zone yet, but there's many drivers that can get better time than him that he currently has. But yeah, he's very capable of getting into the top 10 at least, maybe even the top 6 with this, how close these times are. Because from P3 down to P12, it's only 7 tenths. It's a purple sector 2 then for Vinyl. That's not bad. Where's he going to stick it is the main question. Can he get into the 17s maybe? Nicely through there. Not doesn't use as much of the exit as he maybe would have liked. But as we round the final corner, we have a few drivers retiring. They're happy with their times. Coming across the line, it's a decent time from him. It's an 18.5. That's going to put him P10. Should be safe. We don't know yet, but other drivers on their laps. I think we've got Lollyland on an out lap. And the other Alpha Alpine is also on an out lap of Anders. But we've got Moses who's coming to the end of his lap. He goes off onto the grass. That's not going to help him get into Q3. Q2, sorry. As he's losing it all over the back end. This is going to be Moses out of qualifying. Yes, it is. Moses is, unless he's got enough fuel to go again, which I think he just does. So he's going to carry on going. But Francisco Martins is another guy at risk then. As he comes across the line momentarily, but he's not going to improve either. Does he have enough fuel? He has enough fuel to go again, so he might be doing that. But we're just going to look at the guys at risk. I think we have Vinyl coming, Hako coming across the line, goes P7. Vinyl's going again. He obviously feels like he's still at risk. Ollie Howard going up into P4 with an 18.1. But Vinyl backs off. Lolly Lamb needs to improve also, because him and Francisco Martins are still battling it out then, because I think Anders should easily get up into into the top 15. Has the potential to get up into top, yeah, it's a challenge for the top 3 even. But we have a yellow flag for a car being let through there. As we see, Anders is coming through the quick left right. We'll come to him shortly. After we go through Francisco Martins. 3 drivers left at risk then. If they all improve, Auden could get knocked out here, but let's see then. Lollyland coming across the line. It's looking okay. It's an 18.5, pushes Moses into the drop zone. No, sorry, not Moses. Sorry, it moves Alden down a little bit. Francisco Martinez is going to be the next across the line. I can't really tell from this if he's going to improve or not, but he is. But it's not enough. Anders is going to knock him out then. Yes, he does. Only an 18.6 for Anders, but it's enough to knock Francisco Martinez out of qualifying. And look how close that is. 600 separating P 14, 15, and 16. So yeah, that was terribly close between them. But yeah, Francisco Martins, Moses, and Lil Jack are all the ones out in this Q1 session. And as we will very shortly be moving on to Q2. But yeah, while we're waiting, I could read out the championship standings if I can find them quickly. So there's the classification. A 5-place group penalty for Adam. He'll have a penalty removed, not in the qualifying, unfortunately, but yeah, it's unfortunate because it was an incident caused with yes, the Mariano Francis. So. But here we go then. We're going into Q2. We'll see the bottom five of this session drop out qualifying. But I think we'll see a few more drivers actually only going out for one run. Alright then. Once again, we see Kickerlin being the first one out there. I imagine he's going to have to just do one lap again. But Kickdown is starting his lap, as we can see clearly here. The winner last week. Not much you can really comment on right now, but I will read out the championship standings. Where have we got him here? Because I think it's not too bad. for a fight, actually, because it's always quite competitive in Division 2, I think. At one stage last season, we had 5 people on the same points in one round, I think. After like 4 rounds. But here we go then. Division 2, Sonics. As Kick finishes his first lap in Q2. Hopefully it's just his only lap is what he wants. 17.6. Beautiful lap from Kick then. That should be enough to get into Q3 very much easily. But right now then, Adam currently leading the driver standings. This has not been ordered. Yeah, this hasn't been ordered. Currently Pluke is the leader, who's not racing today. Is the current leader of the championship. Followed by, I think that is Kickerlin in P2 after his win last week. And then we have the Haas of Adam. And then Major Castleman in P3. And then Fenrir in P4. And Zavik, Ollie Howard, Flex, Ida, Odin, and Moses. But Flex getting a 17.9. Really nice lap from him. He's always seems to turn up in qualifying. As Zavik puts an 18.1 in, as his teammates about to cross the line, Jibada starting his lap. But Loreland, a little bit of a scary moment on the exit of the final corner, but he keeps it going in the right direction on turn 15. It's not a big good lap from him, but 20.8, 20.0 due to that, but Ollie Howard with an 18.6, I missed that. Adam only with an 18.6 also. But Odin is going on the end of sector 2. I have not got all the spectator UI up. Sorry about that. But we have a spinner in Simon Dalit on the pit straight. As everyone comes into the pits who've already completed their first run. But Odin comes up to the second to last corner now. Not too bad through there. It's actually going to be pretty decent from him. Can he get into the 17s? Just misses out with an 18.0, but that could be safe so far. But no one seems to be too at risk right at this minute. But we're going to go on board with Major Castleman then. First, I think, yeah. Yeah, everyone loves Vinyl, mate. Vignola is just the best driver. But Major gets a little bit of oversteer coming around the final corner. It's going to be 18.2 for him, P7 only. This means he's going to have to go again at one point. But Vinyl is stopped on track. Vinyl's about to get out of his car. I have no idea what he's doing. He's letting through people on out laps, I think. What is he doing? What is he doing? Okay, he's going now. There we go. This is going to be a pretty mega lap time from him if he finishes it. Hey, Yivadar, he's going again then. Only an 18.6 for him. If he has enough fuel, he only has 0.1 laps of fuel, so it'd probably be wise just to go into the pit lane. Oh, but he's staying out, so he's going to have to do the whole. He's going to start spitting his car. But also he's going to have to... Wait, what am I viewing? Oh, okay, it was glitched. An 18.6. I think it's all glitched, because he's definitely not got 0.1 laps of fuel. He might do. Funya doesn't need a quality, of course. Look at this time we're going to see here. It's going to be pretty insane. It'd be good if he stays out, because then we get to see his true pace. Oh, he's pitting. How sad. But and Anders starts his first lap in Q2. But it's a purple through sector 1 then for him. He doesn't really get a toe from his teammate. They could have maybe sorted something out a little bit better there with that land. Right, then we go then. Anders, round the final corner. Get your message blocked, mate. Also mod's done him there. We got a few guys on. Well, I don't know what Anna's on in lap. I think Hakko's on a lap. Yeah, Hakko pits again. So he's gonna have to come out for a third timer. Who else we got on lap now? San Karim starts his lap. He's gonna get blocked here. Ah, that's unfortunate. Shouldn't slow him down too much. Still can improve. .763 for Vinyl. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it probably won't be. It'll probably be like a 2-minute 20. But it's a purple sector then through through sector 1 for San Karim, even with that issue. Let's see how he gets on. I think he will be the first person on a lap to set their final lap. A lot of other guys still in the pit lane. We should see everyone spill out at around 3 minutes left. A little bit of overstep for San Karim, then that's going to slow his time down. He's not going to improve it like that. But yeah, no improvement for San. As we go next to Chivadai now on an out lap, and Ollie Howard about to finish his lap. Is he going to get into the 17s? No, just off, but that should be safe. Now, start looking at the people who are at risk then. Adam's at risk. So that's unfortunate, but he is 8 tenths up for sector 2. So this is going to put him into 17s. Can he be Banks' time of a 17.8 though? Coming across the line, it's going to be a 17.3. What a time. I think we saw 17.0 from like 5 drivers into 1 during Q2. Well, I think I did like a 17.1. But is that Vinyl coming to the line at an 18.9? I mean, you'd like 1.5 tenths off. What Branthick said he would do. See on the bit then. He needs to get out of the bottom 5. Vigneault needs to go again if he wants to get out of the bottom 5 is also. Because I expect a lot of improvements from all these guys in the bottom 5 then. Sim of the bit then. Across the line, it's an 18.6, only P12. That moves Vigneault down to P13. He's the next one at risk. Yibada is going to come across the line. He's 3 tenths up. He's done a 16. Wait, what? Did I just see him at the exact same time? Or am I blind? No, it just didn't register his time for like 10 minutes. He goes into a 17.9. That was weird. Next is it's gonna be Odin. Is he gonna get into the 17s? It looks quite likely 18.0. Again, an improvement of 600s. With Vigneault gonna be pitting. He's out of qualifying. Simon seems to also be out of qualifying. He's gonna save his fuel, I think, and go again for one more run. Major Castleman's gonna start his final lap in Q2. P2. He should be able to get safely through if he just does a decent lap for him, because he's a very fast driver. But yeah, Simon's going to have to go again. Hako is also on an out lap. We've also got, who else have we got here? Loliland. It's terrible, we've gone on board with quite a lot today already. Yeah, but Zavik come across. Okay, Zavik's on his lap. Sorry, I messed up. It was Jivadan on a lap there. It's all glitched at the minute, but Alden, it's 15 seconds now, but he's through anyway. Is he going to give it a little bit of a toe to Major then? He might do. We might see this. We'll have to just carry on looking on board. No, he's going to let him through here. But a few drivers then retiring, you know they're safe and going to get into Q3. Major just goes a little bit deep into the second to last corner then. But he could get himself into the 17, so it's looking like a pretty decent lap then. It's so close to 17.9, puts him up to P6. Really nice from him. Zavik's still on an out lap. I'm trying to look who else is on a flyer right now. Oh, Simontovit is crashed out of the turn 11. Let's hope he gets out of the way as soon as possible, to be honest. We don't want to see anyone getting caught up with that, as we only want representative lap time. We don't want to get caught up by RNG or anything like that. Yeah, I think Hako's going to be the first one to qualify. Hako's out of qualifying. No improvement for Hako. Well, he does get a time, but it's not going to be enough to get out as we go to Lollyland. 18.5. Lollyland's out of qualifying. Unless he has enough fuel, which he doesn't. But Hako might be able to go again. I think he's trying his best. He does have enough fuel. As Vignolo is going in. He's only P14. He's out of qualifying. But yeah, we're gonna see also Adam. Sorry, I don't know who's on. Yeah, Adam's still on track. No idea why. But yeah, apparently he's at the exact same time again. We'll soon see that change because this game's glitchy as hell. But lots of guys still on laps though. That's like quite weird to see. 17.9 for Auden puts him up into P7 just behind his teammate. Sankarim then is the main driver at risk that's not currently out. But he's got Hako in front of him. He's 3 seconds up on his time, but that's not going to be enough. He needs to get a little bit more than that in the final sector, in the final 2 corners. We saw him got a little bit wide on here on his last lap. He does again a little bit. But I think this could be enough. A little bit of debris in the middle of the track. Hopefully no one goes over that. I was a little bit close there with the McLaren of Sankarim. Hako is going to go P10. Sankarim's going to go P5. So Hako is out of qualifying. That was very quick. Oh, it just went out there. But Adam, P1. Kikrim, P2. And then Bankovich, P3. All in the 17s then. We have, oh my god, we have 8 drivers already making it into the 17s. Quite a high cutoff time then, an 18-1. But yeah, this goes out then. Hako goes out by about a 10th. And Anders also. Lollyland, Simontovit, and Vinyl Cookie. That's a bit of a weird 5 to go out there because I would have expected them all to get through to Q3. But respect to all our drivers that got into Q3 though. But next up, yeah, it's going to be a Q3 where we're going to see the drivers go out with the shootout for pole position. But I think also what we'll see is more drivers going out for more laps. Like people like Kikrin have only done 2 laps, 1 lap in Q1 and 1 lap in Q2. Whereas I think he's going to have 4 sets or 3 sets left in Q3. So yeah, 3 sets left in Q3. That's going to be he's going to have 3 runs, or he could have 2 and save a set for the race, which I think will be the most logical option. But let's see if he's the first one out again. Yes, he is. Just as usual. Kekalen first out of the pit lane. It's predictable at this point. Right, let me just sort his camera setting out quickly. Can't even do that here. No. Right then. First driver to start his lap time then in Q3 is going to be Kicklin, which we've seen in every session so far. But yeah, so Kicklin then for turn 1. It's pretty sweet for that. That's the best I've seen him do it so far. This approaches turn 2. Sorry, turn 3. Yeah, a little bit of a lockup, but it helps his rotation a little bit as he puts more brake pressure down. But yeah, Kicklin showing some insane pace right now, some insane driving. But Kick seems to be nailing pretty much all his apexes, but he spins it. That's what happens when you catch that curve a little bit, is it spins you round. But we're not even going to see how good that lap time was. But we're going to go over with Sanker, and then he's the next one to come across the line. As he cuts the whole corner. He's not happy with his time. So we go on with Bank. He's the next one. Yeah, so we can see that I think that's Sankarim getting out of the way, then a Bank. This Bank runs the second to last corner of the season, 1 champion in Fprl Division 1. But now currently operating faster modded in Division 2. So he comes across the line first time, 18.1. Probably not too happy. Sorry, not Jividar, Zavik next one's across the line, 18-0. As Sankarim blocks, I think it was his AI. It's just blocked Jividar. But that means Jividar is only going to get an 18.3. As we have a spinner of, I think that's Flex. And he avoids his teammate as Adam comes around the final corner to set. This time he's going to be in the 17s quite firmly, I think. No, an 18.1. Driver's struggling a little bit out there. Ole Horwood's next one to cross the line. What times are going to be for him? It's a 17.8 for Ollie as he goes on pole, provisional pole at this moment. Odin's the next one to cross the line to make it pretty much everyone to settle lap time. Yeah, so here we go then, Odin. It's only 26, so it must have had a mistake somewhere. But I think San Karim, is he on a lap now? Yes, he might be. 5th gear there for San, that's quite a high gear. But around the final corner then for San, this is looking like an 18. 18.3, that's only P7 for San, but there we go then. Kick is going to be out again as he needs to settle lap time, obviously spinning. Super, okay, static. Yeah, we get it, mate. We get it. But Kick then. Let's see if he can set a purple one in Sector 1. He's not going to set purple. Ollie Horwood seems to still have that, but he uses all the curb on the exit. Really tight line there. We see a lot of drivers swing out, but yeah, he's going to stick nice and tight. As he approaches turn 8, I think, or 9, I can't remember. Kicker in then to come around the final corner. He's going to go and set his time. Is it going into the 17s? It's a 17-3 for Kickerlin. Really nice time. That's going to put him into P1 by 5/10 to Ollie Holwood. But Ollie's getting out there quite fast. It looks as if he's invalidated his lap time and is going to have to go into the pit lane. But yeah, we're starting to see a few drivers coming out for their final runs, coming out a little bit earlier, I think. So yeah, let's have a little look then. Adam is out on his out lap. He's another driver that can easily get pole position. Not easily, but he definitely has the capability to do it. I think a 17-3 for him is easily beaten. But we also have Kickerlin to go out, and Major Castman, and Holwood. And Zevic, we've got lots of drivers here that can get poles, so we don't go anywhere. As Adam goes into the pit lane, unfortunately. I think he's needing of new tyres, but Kickerlin's still pushing then. He's at a 110, but he's going to pit. Flex is going to start his lap also. He'll be what I believe to be the first to set his final run, with 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Flex already occupying a 131.013. Must have made a mistake on his lap. I think it was when he spun and nearly hit Adam. But yeah, I could be wrong. I could see a little bit of a slipstream maybe happening between the two Red Bulls as they're pretty close to get each other. But the Red Bulls have to start letting through Flex then. Nice little toe that Flex is going to get there from the Red Bull Yubada. But yeah, he's done the same thing the Kickerlin did. Touches that curb and that just swings you around. That's unfortunate. But Bank is the next one to go on board with us. Hope he doesn't do the same. Misses the A-base by quite a bit there at the exit turn 8. But he seems to get through and okay rather than Flex. But I think missing that A-base is going to cause him a few tenths. So that, I don't know if that's his chances to pull out the window. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I think that's the two Red Bulls setting up the toe. But round the final corner then. We have a little look at this Red Bull slipstream battle going on here. They seem awfully close. I don't know if they're going to give the slipstream, because they're both going pretty slow. I think what's going to happen here is that Yevador's going to do his... No, Zavic's going to do his lap. And then they're going to switch it around and Yevador's going to give him the toe by Zavic. I think that's what we're going to see. I think that's the strat I'm looking at now. But Flex is going again. Adam on an out lap. Sankarim is about to finish his lap. He's 2 tenths up in Sector 2. On a 118.3. That's going to put him around a 118.1. But can he find the time to get under the 18s and push it up into the top 4? Yes, he can. A 17.9 puts him above Major Casman in the AlphaTauri. But Kickerlin's going to come across the line to start his lap. With Major Casman also going to start his lap. Let's have a look at this time then for Zevic. Has that slipstream helped him at all? It's not looking too bad. It could be an improvement. It's a 17.3. A beautiful lap from him. That puts him on provisional pole. I think... is Yevador going to get the toe now then? He might do. I think that's what we're going to see. No, he's just been blocked by his teammate, I think. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can't tell what's happening here. Odin sets an 18.0. Adam is half 100 up. It's not going to be enough. Is he pushing the limits out of the exit at the final corner? Trying to get up into a time that's going to put him... It's a 17.1 for Adam. The Delta was lying, and Adam's going to put it on pole provisionally. Next across the line is Kickerlin. Can Kickerlin beat it? And set his pole position to go on from the race win he got last week. It's a 17.4, not good enough for him. Next across the line is Ollie Horwood. No, sorry, not... Why am I seeing that? Major Castleman. He's 1/10 up. Only P5 for Major. Yibadar then, he is 2/10 up on his time. I have no idea what happened earlier on the lap when they were just following each other. But, yeah, let's see what he can do. This Delta's lying to me. It's 23.6. Sam Karim seems to is retired in the pit lane. Ollie Ho is the only one who could have stopped the next attack for pole. But he's going to go into the pit lane. Flex is cutting the corners, as he's messed up his lap. Odin stopped driving too, so I think that's our grid order. So then Adam is going to get pole then for Haas. Really nice for them. I think Static will be very happy with that on his qualifying performance, P1 and 7. Also, not a very good performance for Mercedes today, both going out in Q2. But there it is then, on pole. I think people like Kikrin and Zevik are not going to be very happy with that. I think they would have thought that they had the pace then to get into pole position, but obviously not. But now we have our grid order for the race. Adam on pole from Zevik from Kikrin. Nice to see in the top 6 really. Six different constructors. That shows that there's lots of drivers from different teams showing a good pace for the team Prince, of course. But only a few drivers. Like we've got both AlphaTauris in Q3, and both Red Bulls and both Hasses, both McLarens. This is only a few. Like only Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo that have only one driver in Q3. So it's showing that there's quite a big. It's a difference between when the team principal's picking the best drivers. Yeah, Flex, you touch the curb a little bit. You should cut it a little bit more because then you won't touch your tire and then you won't spin. Easy. Okay, so we're on the way then for the formation lap. Zevik takes us away. Oh yeah, because Adam got a 5-place grid penalty. I forgot about that. But yeah, that means that Zevik's gonna be starting from pole, and Kikran's gonna be promoted to P2, and Ollie Hallwood making the podium. But yeah, not got 2 drivers starting on the soft tires of Moses and Flex feeling like they need to get up into a higher position straight off the bat, and they're probably preying on an early safety car also. But the medium runners seems to be like the most common thing that we've seen all weekend in all divisions. Cake using doing quite a bit of tire warming, but yeah. So let's see how Lil Jack can get on. They've one driver starting 17th due to not being able to qualify because of the rules, as he's a Div 1 driver. But also for people like Hako and Enders who didn't make it into Q3, who could have fought for pole. But we're going to be on the way shortly then. So Francisco Martins will be the last one to line up on the grid. As he takes slot 18. Let's make sure that the seating will get their grid slot sorted. Yeah, they do nicely, but we have a bit of a glitch here in Australia. It doesn't show me a good, like, this is my view for the start, so I'm gonna have to just go on board with the person in P1 and just look backwards. Most likely is what I have to do here. But we're gonna be underway then, as we see the migrating host, because glitches mean we can't start with the host. It's a bit stupid, but here we go then. For 5 red lights about to come on then. As we see the green flag being waved. We go to 4, we go to 5, and we are going to be underway then in Division 2 then for the 3rd race of the season. Zevic gets a pretty decent start, but Major Kasman is already making up 2 positions, already up into P2. As they go into turn 1, we do pretty clean so far. A little bit of a squabble, meaning that Ollie Horwood has to go up onto the grass as he comes out back on P5, but further back, seeing a lot of drivers going side by side, as we can see Lowland under pressure from Sim David. We can see also that Moses is trying to go around the outside of both Mercedes. Is a little bit of contact there. We see 3 wide through turn 4. Bank being squeezed there, like we saw Giovinazzi in France in 2019. But once again, it happens again in turn 6. But yeah, through safely right now. Major Castleman already up into P3. Adam also making moves into P4. But other than that, Zevic and Kikrin's pretty much holding position. Ollie Horwood already down to 6th. Soft tyres are working perfectly already. Moses up into P12 as we're going to go 2 wide then. Between Bank and Vinyl. Bank does take it as he goes up onto the grass. Gives Vinyl a nice little bit of a run. He's going to get the run going into turn 11. Moses is going to get involved now. Can we go 3 wide? They don't go 3 wide, but Vinyl on the inside of Bank. They're wheeler banging. But Bank stays ahead. Trying to find anything else going on here, but yeah, what an eventful start. Everyone seems to be through fine. The one person getting caught out the most is Yivadai, who's already down P18. But yeah, Zevic under pressure is being started now from Kikrin, but we got desync. It says Yivadai's leading. Okay, it's gone now. But there's our predicted pit stop strategy, medium to hard. Or the soft to the medium to the hard, but I think it will not be that as the virtual safety car is deployed, because Lollyland has spun it in his Alpine on the exit of turn 1, and he is out of the session. But yeah, let's see if any of the soft runners might want to come into the pits. It depends how long the safety car is going to be out, the virtual safety car is going to be out for. Yeah, both Haas drivers making moves off at the start. But yeah. Looks as if we're going to be getting on the way shortly, but let's see if anyone goes into the pit lane. Bank gets a drive-free penalty as we go green then. Zevic weaving to break the toe. That's allowed if it's only one move. But lots of pressure now. Is going to be under is Zevic. But yeah, look at that all over the bumper as we see back in the background. Sankrim causing a little bit of a train here. He must have had a bad restart. But I don't think we're seeing anyone going side by side. But look at the gap they already have, the front 4. Sorry, the front 4. As Kikralin spinning on the exit of turn 6. Hopefully he doesn't get any contact with anyone. As lots of smoke. That is blinding the drivers. But that means that Kikralin's going to fall back to P15. Not a good start for him. He's going to have to wait for like a safety car to bring him back into the fight. But that means that Major Castman is now out of the DRS range for Zevic. 1 second back currently, but Adams all over the back of Major already. We can start to see a move happen going on to lap 4. Zevic setting the fastest lap, but it's getting beaten 3 times already. As Adam now secures it, but he's only 7/10 back from Major. But we should see Flex getting into the battle as like commentator curses him as he spins around. That could bring out the safety car. He needs to be careful when we're joining because he doesn't want to hit anybody. Just gonna watch him until he rejoins. So he's just waiting. It's a shame, really. Can he make a dart for it? And he makes a dart and he causes a collision with Yivadar. Oh no. But Moses pitting for a new front wing then, causing damage going to the hard tyre. But yeah, now we've got a 3-way fight for the lead as Major's going to have the DRS as he goes into turn 11. After obviously we go back this section of the track which drivers seem to be struggling with in qualifying. Let's see if they'll have the same struggles in the race. But there we go then, DRS open for both Adam and Major. Zavic's just watching them in the background there, as quite a big gain Major gets in the braking there. Sacrifices his exit as Anders gets past the McLaren of Ollie Horwood. Nice, super clean move there. Look at this weaving from the front 3. You can really just see the difference that the front 3 have already gapped. But DRS once again, it's going to be in use for Major Custom. We have a yellow flag of Ollie Horwood, who seems to have spun. I don't quite catch what happened there, but it means that he is now going to be into pressure by his teammate San Karim. Flex pitting to go for a set of hards also, due to issues with his car, front wing damage I think from his spin. But Olaho is causing a little bit of a train here. He's going to be under pressure from San Karim when the DRS gets enabled going into turn 11. Let's see if any team orders will be on play here, as Olaho is the team principal of McLaren. But San Karim is now going to have the DRS on Ollie Horwood. He's going to look at the move, but we're just going to go back to the battle between Major and Zevic. Major gets past and goes into the leader race. Sorry, but don't worry about that, says Yivadar at the back. It's just decent with the game, but Major Casman then from P5 on the grid is already up into P1. Really good start from him. But shortly followed by the Red Bull of Zevic. Why have we seen this before? On Friday between Wesley and Kos. Both Alpha Tauri and Red Bull drivers. But Adam's going to go into P2 then. Down the inside then of Zevic. Going into turn 8. But we now have another virtual safety car. I don't know if that's a full. I think it's just a virtual, but yeah, that's a virtual safety car. Let's see if anyone's gonna go into the pits, because it's pretty much a free stop. When you get to this, I don't know. None of the medium runners seem to go in. As it's going green already, it's shortest virtual safety car that I think we've ever seen. A few drivers getting caught out. It looks as if, I think Ollie Hall has got caught out a little bit there. He's going to have DRS from his teammate again. But I think that's yeah, we don't even have to wait 3 laps. I forgot about that. But we have a yellow flag. That's for Anders, who's spun out of the race. That could be a safety car. I'm surprised that isn't a safety car because that car's in the middle of the track. Sim David gets into the pit lane, but I'm surprised that is not a safety car. But Kekulin already up into P11 after his spin on lap 3. But Major seems to be generaling this race now from P1. His teammate is in P4, so really good from the Alpha Tauri team so far. But I think we got a battle between Moses and Flex as they go into turn 1 for lap 7. Both at the back having issues off at the start. Going side by side then. Is Flex going to go for it? And again, he's always very late on the brakes, is Flex. But I think we got Kicklin and Francisco Martins going side by side into turn 11. Francisco down the inside. Is he got to concede? Who's going to have the better traction? Francisco is going to have it initially, but in second place, it seems that Kicklin has got it. Francisco gets the inside line, but it means that Kicklin is going to have the inside line to turn 14. He's going to get the DRS. I think Kicks might have the DRS. Wait. Did none of them get it? No DRS then. Okay, well, Kickering's got past Francisco once again. He's ignored the threat. But Little Jack's already looking at Vinyl Cookie, the Mercedes driver. Yeah, once again, Sankarim is all over the back of Ollie Howard. No move being made here, neither for Lil Jack on Vinyl. As Moses DNFs on track, crashing, and that's going to bring out the safety car. Well, while we got the safety car, I think we're going to see lots of drivers coming into the pit lane. Everyone seems to be on the medium tyre, apart from a few hard runners. I think we're going to see absolutely everybody come into the pit lane. So what I do want to do is I want to speak to I'm so stupid. The Haas team principal, and we can get a little say on his how his drivers are getting on. So Tyler, how are you doing, mate?
Not bad on yourself.
Not too bad, mate. But currently we have your drivers in P3 and P15. What do you think about Adam's performance so far in P2?
Been a very good recovery for Adam since he had the unfortunate 5-place grid penalty back in, was it Q2 or Q1? No fault of his own really, but yeah, it's a tough one. But he's managing to handle it really well, handle the pressure, and he's made up some places.
Yeah, and unfortunately Flex having a few issues then towards the earliest parts of this race, getting involved in contacts and then rejoining the track and crashing into you. But do you think he'll be able to get back up into the top 10 and score some good points today for the team?
Well, we hope so. Obviously, it's been a rocky road this race for Flex, but he's on those hard tyres and it is a safety car, so anything can happen with these conditions, and we know from previous races that the hards are much faster around here, so we're going to see what he can do from 15th.
Yeah, of course. And we'll come back to you later in the race once this safety car is probably cleared. But also someone else I'd like to speak to is Itamar, the Mercedes team principal. We currently have one of your drivers, Hako, in P4 currently on the fresh hards, like I think everybody is. What are you thinking about how he's performed today so far in this race?
Amazing. Both of them are doing amazing job. As you can see, Heko with 7 positions gain. Amazing recovery from the race and now from the quali, and now he's on new parts. So strategy went for effect, like exactly as we expected. Also, Vina, that's done great recovery. Also, I think he was like also 7 positions gained. So they are both in prime positions. Heko might even get a podium. Depends on how the race goes, and yeah, very confident
Yeah, and what do you make on both drivers going out in Q2? I think they both definitely had the pace to get into
Yeah,
Q3, but it's just unfortunate for Hako.
yeah, they both that lost it in some weird places, and yeah, you can't do more than that. They gave their best, and they are putting their head down now and just taking the points home, recovering.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll come back to you later in the race. Thank you for talking to us. But yeah, we wish you the best of luck
Thank
on
you.
this restart. Yeah, so that Mercedes team is doing okay just now. P4 and P8 for their drivers. I think Division 1 they're struggling a little bit, but yeah, they're doing a decent job in Division 2 today. As we see Flex pitting again. I don't know what tyre that's going to be for. We're just going to check that now. That's going to be for the medium tyre. That's a very bold choice then from Flex, the Dutch driver. But yeah, there's been a pretty long safety car so far. Can't wait for it to come in, really. Everyone on the hard tyre. This should take everyone to the end. Apart from Flex, which he's going to definitely have to make another stop. Or probably playing on another safety car, realistically. But yeah, I expect another safety car maybe could come out later on in this race. But I wouldn't hold this to it because you never know. Everyone could go really clean all of a sudden, and we might have no more incidents on the track. Well, there's confirmation then. Safety car in this lap. We already have the green flag on our data. I don't know what the drivers are seeing. But we're going to come into the pit lane. The safety car is going to come into the pit lane now. And we'll get underway. Once again, Major Casman controlling the pace like he did very much for the last 2 seasons. Yet to win so far in Division 2 this season, which is quite weird for him as he did win 4 in a row in Season 1. But he goes pretty early, catches Adam off guard a little bit as he still maintains 5/10 of a gap. A little bit of warming then from a lot of the drivers having struggling with cold tyres. These hard tyres are hard to warm up quite regularly, but Sim David, it gets a really bad start actually. Must have been spinning there, but we're going to go further back. As there's a big contact, and it's the Mercedes of Hako. It's been jinxed there by his team principal. But that allows Flex to get up into P12, but that's unfortunate. Both Aston Martins up into P10 and 11. But it looks like lots of pressure is going to be put on by Zevik onto Adam here. Can he make the move for P2 to make a Red Bull family 1-2 like we saw on Friday in Division 1? But have we got any predictions for who's going to win this far? I know there's loads of time to go left in this race, but it won't be hard just to make a few predictions on who you think is going to win today. Static saying Adam, as you probably expect, but yeah, he does have a really good chance of getting the win in this race. Major Casman setting the fastest lap of the race then on the brand new hard tyres. A little bit of a battle between Hako and Simon might start to happen, but got side by side almost. Can Flex make a move down the inside on Francisco Martins? Doesn't go for it this time, but he might have a good run into turn 3. Around the outside then. Makes it work. Francisco's going to have the inside, but then it's going to switch back to Flex, but they make contact. And Flex spun again. But Yevadar might be able to also make a move on Flex. Can he lose 2 places for the price of 1 incident? He's going to hold position there. But lots of pressure being put on Major Cashman by Adam then. The gap only at 4 tenths. Still 16 laps to go in this race. So we could just sit behind and, you know, bide his time and save the tyres. That might be a good opportunity for him, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to go for the move, and being in P1 is the prime position always. But yeah, really close grid still here. A big train being formed as San Karim. He's got both Ferrari engines in front and behind him. Adam setting the fastest time of a 21.0. Really nice time on the hard tyres. But we have a spinner, and it's Francisco Martins. And he's trying to get his best to get off the racing line as he reverses very closely into Hacker. That would not have been nice. But, yeah, like we said again, the gap with Major Cashman and Adam staying around 5 tenths. And not changing much, all too. But look at this train then, from P4 down to P10. It's separated by like 4 seconds. But, we have a yellow flag for the retirement of Simon De Vit in the pit lane. But Adam is all too much closer than he was the last lap. And he's only 2 tenths. He's going to have the DRS this time also. He's just not gaining enough. Major's using quite a low downforce setup, it feels as if. He will have the DRS once again going on to lap 15. Because he is only 4 tenths back. Not bad exit from both of them. Major seems to get the better one due to that dirty air for that corner. It can be quite harrowing. You never really see a move going on into turn 1 because that dirty air just brings the cars out of it quite a bit. It kind of reminds me of that part just before the tunnel section at Singapore where you just get such a bad exit because if you're following a car that you just can't make a move ever unless you're like 2 seconds a lap faster. But going side by side, almost all in, trying to make a move on Ollie Horwood for P4. 2 very big constructor battles in Division 3. Quite a big battle all over the grid between AlphaTauri, to be honest. All over the divisions. Definitely the biggest competitor for them this season. But Olin's going to look to the inside of Ollie Horwood. Pretty simple move then, but Ollie Horwood's going to get the DRS, but he's going to come back at him. Is he? He breaks very late. Might sacrifice his exit. This goes a little bit wide. Don't know if he's going to be close enough to make the move here. Unless he uses his DRS. He's using quite a lot. He's going to go for it down the inside then. He's outbraked himself quite a bit there. Yeah, I just called that. I was wondering why he breaks it late, but he moves over to defend from Vinyl. That was quite a little bit naughty there, but Vinyl's going to go down the inside in the second to last corner. Pushes Ollie out a little bit, but they're wheel tapping quite a lot here. 3 wide as we go on to this lap. Lil Jack backs out, which means Sankrin's going to be able to get past. But they're side by side into turn 1. Ollie backs out. Brakes late to try and get the DRS. And he does though, but he's got such a bad exit. And I think he also didn't even get the DRS, which means San Karim's going to go for it down the inside then of Ollie Horwood. But this battle is really heating up as Vinyl is into the wall and out of this race. That could be another safety car. We don't want anyone to get involved in that, as it is another safety car. So, I think the medium tyre could be a good option here. I don't know if some guys might not go for the softs. I think that would be quite a bit of a stretch. I think the medium tyre is going to be the main time. We're going to soon see, but of course that safety car is the Mercedes team, so that means that there's one man I want to talk to again, and that is the team principal Itamar Palma.
Hello.
Hello, Itamar. Opinion on what you've just seen there, mate?
Yeah, not very unfortunate.
Yeah, he just dropped it. I almost did that on Friday, but yeah, that's Vinyl's chances of scoring points out the window today. Also, we saw a bit of an incident on the safety car restart with your other driver in this race, and as we see Ollie Horwood get a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. But we saw Hako in an incident. I can't remember who it was with. I think it might have been Flex or someone. But
Okay.
yeah, that's dropped into P11.
That.
Hey.
I'll have to check about it to comment.
Yes, but that dropped into P11. But what tire do you think is going to be the best tire to go to for everyone? We see a couple going to the softs.
At the moment, softs. It's definitely the correct way. If you know that you have the pace and can manage it, softs are the way. If
Yeah,
you want pits, like they will be seconds faster than the hards and mediums.
yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know why we're seeing a few drivers staying out. Is that surprising to you to see the top three all staying out on the medium, on the hard tires?
Well, it's quite surprising. To be honest, I think they will pit soon, because otherwise they will just lose too much time after the restart.
Yeah, but
Because
do you think
yes,
the track position may be the factor why these drivers are staying out, or do you think it's just the fact that?
no, I think it's a mistake, but only time will tell.
Yeah, of course. And two drivers staying out on the hard tires are the two Haas drivers. So thank you very much for talking to me, Eto'o. But if
Always.
yeah, I will catch you later towards the end of the race.
I
But
just want to say that Vanel did a great job. He went from P16, I think it was, to P4. Did some defending, overtaking, showed pure skills. So, good job.
yeah, very good stuff from your team. But you've got
We'll
to
see you
maintain it.
later.
Yeah, we'll see you later, mate. But
Yeah,
you've got to maintain it for the whole race if you want to.
exactly.
If you want to get a good position. But,
Indeed.
but
Alright,
yeah,
have a good time.
yeah, we'll have an exciting end to the race, and good luck to Hako for the closing stages.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, another person I'd like to talk to is Static. Two of your drivers are staying out on the hard tyres. Is that surprising to you, or do you believe it's the right choice for your drivers?
Well, it was my decision, so it's not surprising to me at all. We saw it yesterday at the Div 1 race. Hard's the way to go. And we didn't want to sacrifice track position with Adam, because we don't think with the amount of people staying out, it would have been hard for him to regain time under the safety car. So we've stayed out with both drivers, since Hard's a very quick time around here due to the temps. And I can see that 3 drivers have gone to the softs, which is very surprising, because we saw in the Div 1 race yesterday that those drivers in P1 and 2, was it Cos and Wesley, were in punk territory by the end of the softs.
Yeah,
So, and
we saw them like losing what looked like 3 or 4 seconds to Gani as well towards the end of the race, which means that could so easily happen to someone like Zavik staying out on the red striped tires, and like I think Zavik's gonna have to he's gonna get past. I think he could pretty easily. I don't know what you think. He could easily get into P1, but after a couple of laps, he's just gonna start to drop off, like we saw yesterday.
he's 100% going to be a threat to Adam towards the end of the race, but we believe he's not going to be able to handle those tyres for quite a while. Or as long as he's expecting, he's got to do safety cars in, so 11 laps on those tyres. I'll let you commentate this restart.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler, and good luck to your drivers. We'll come back to you later on in the race. But yeah, Major Castleman is controlling the pace once again on the safety car restart, staying out on the hard tyres. Let's see what the jump that Adam may be able to get on Major as Major goes to the inside line. He's already going to cut back to the racing line as they're weaving across the track. Zevic already putting Oldin under pressure. As look at the difference in pace with the tyre difference. That's incredible to watch. But remember, Zavic's got to just try and get as many time as he can off the start, and also try and maintain his tyres. As Ole Howard's going backward, as well as Little Jack, who crashed off at turn 1. But yeah, not too bad for a restart for the top 5. But Flex seems to be holding up the rest of the pack. This is not good for Gabrielin on the soft tyres, as well as Hako and Yivadar. Yeah, so we're going to look at the front then. Zavik has got past Alden like we saw earlier, but he's going to be straight on the back of Adam. Like we heard Tyler say earlier, it's going to be a pretty easy move for him on the soft tyres. But I think the thing that Adam needs to do is just concede the position and just wait for those tires to drop, then approach Major, get the DRS, and stick with Major, and then go for the race win at the end. But yeah, Zavic's going to be starting to gain on Major at an insane rate. He'll be within DRS, not right now, but it will be on the next straight. But look how close these drivers are further back. We've only got 12 running, 5 drivers DNFing so far. Hako is another driver on those soft tyres trying to make a move. We have another yellow flag. As Hako getting past Ollie Howard on the inside of turn 7. Super clean move. He's also under pressure from Jivedar. Ollie Howard's going to be at the back by the end of this, it feels like. But where is Zevic? I have missed that. Sorry about that, but he has spun it. That is unfortunate. But that does mean that now people like Kickrolin, look at this pace from this guy he has right now. He's going to have the DRS. Is he? No, this is how far back he was. He didn't even have DRS. And he's going to get on the inside. Easy move for him. And DRS, sorry, hasn't been deployed yet. But he's going to have a run on Sankarim as soon as possible. Assuming Kick will probably get the fastest lap of the race on the next lap. Once he breezes past Sankarim. Yeah, I got it static. But Zavik has thrown this race out the window for him. But Kickerlin on Sankarim is going to be very shortly about to happen. 3/10 is the gap. No movement further back, but Kick has got to get on with this move on the McLaren driver. Because otherwise it's just going to be too long to challenge for the top 3 positions. But the gap is at 2/10. But yeah, Kick is just all over the back. He probably wants to make the move before the chicane, the fast moving chicane, and he does. But that does mean Coke is going to have Sankarim is going to have the DRS. But I think the gap's just going to be too big coming out of this corner because of the grip difference. Yeah, look at that. Already probably out of the second mark. 6/10 almost. But we have a yellow flag, and that is the Flex, Haas, who's lost his whole front wing as he comes back on the track and hits the Red Bull of Jivedar. It's going to be his race ruined unless the safety car comes on. But Major Castleman generaling this race in P1. Adams trying to close. But Kick is up into P4 now as we have another yellow flag. I think that's Flex going slow again. But Kick, let's see if we're going to get a fastest lap attempt now. Then this could be very much on for him. But Kickerlin then is in P4, but he's already within the DRS of Olden. But Olden's going to have the tyre advantage when it comes towards the end. But we have a yellow flag, that's for Zavik, he was spinning again. That's not so good for them. As we go on to the last 6 laps of this Grand Prix. But Adam is 5/10 behind Major Castleman. Something must have happened to Major. But we just didn't catch like an incident because he's lost a second on this lap. But it does mean that Adam will have the DRS on to lap 23. But let's go back to that battle where Kickrolin is 4/10 behind Olden. Using all of his DRS, he's only at about 20%, whereas Olden's at 30. But let's have a look at it then from Olden's POV. You can see the heat being produced, making Kick's car become blurry, it almost looks like on our picture. But yeah, Olden stays ahead for the time being. We've got more moves going on back at the field, I think, anyway, I can't quite tell. But Kick is 2/10 now to Odin. Odin's just got to defend. Like, once he defends, I think the tyres will go for Kick, because Kick's got to push, but he's going to go to the inside then. That means Odin's going to get the DRS, but it's just not going to be enough, because like we saw with Sankarim, it's just like the time you lose because of the difference in tyres means that he's just not going to be in enough of a gap to make a move. But Odin seems to have managed it quite well here. He's kept quite nicely behind Kikkerlin, but Kikkerlin gets a bit of a bad exit, which means Odin's going to stay on the back of him. Are we starting to see a shift in the speed of these tyres? But 3/10 is the gap now between Adam and Major Gasselman. Major defends the inside. That's red flashing, means he's under 10% of the ERS levels. As I think that's another spin for Flex. Flex race is pretty much over. He's going to start to get lapped now, but he will have to let past the two leading drivers also very shortly. But Odin's sticking quite nicely behind the Kikkerlin. But Adam is 3/10 then behind Major Castleman. Lap 24 this Grand Prix. Don't go anywhere. This is going to get pretty spicy towards the end. Two drivers on the very same tyres, but I think Adam's just getting pulled along by his DRS. But like we saw between Wesley and Koss just sat behind on Friday and just waited till the last lap to make the overtake. Will we see the same here from Adam, or will he go for it? He fakes to the inside, throws Major off a little bit. But Major goes a little bit wide on the exit, means DRS and ERS for Adam. Adam's going to make it stick down. And as he goes around the outside and takes the lead of this race, Major will have DRS going off the main pit straight. But I think we're seeing a drop of them from Kick's tyres, as he's already sticking quite nicely with Odin. And he should be getting away with Odin on the soft tyres. But Major's going to have DRS. 2/10 is the gap, as a spin in the background for Lil Jack. But Magic Castleman down the inside, thought about it, but didn't go for it. But this could really spice up towards the end of this race. Yeah, Major sticking quite close behind, like we saw with Adam in the last two laps. But we're just going to ignore them for a second, because I think Bank and Sankarim are a little bit closer. And Odin and Kick, to be honest. Odin might be able to get past Kikkerlin. I think the hard runners have really benefited here. I think this was the right strategy. Bank's going to have the DRS, but Major's going for it again, maybe. I think he's just sticking straight behind, the same with Odin and Kikkerlin. No overtake can be done here, so we're just going to look at this battle up here. As Odin gets a little bit of a snap of oversteer, he's going to lose about 3/10 there to Kick. As Flex comes in and sets the fastest lap of the race. Zebic, I think, is also going for the fastest lap attempt to get that extra point. Kick defending quite a lot to the inside. But the blue flag is out then. Because I believe that Flex is getting quite close to Adam and Major, but they should stay ahead, because the fresher tyres for Flex only 3 laps old, whereas Adam and Major are on 16 lap old hards. So Odin at 3/10 again, but that's Sankarim and Bank at 2/10, so it's going to be a nice little battle towards the end of this Grand Prix then. Major has actually lost the DRS then of Adam. That means that Adam could be in a very strong chance of winning this race, as he's feeling the tyre wear quite a lot now. He's lost about 1.2 tenths, but Odin's going to be within the DRS then. He's got a good exit out of the quick left right. He's going to have the DRS. He's going to use not any of this ERS. I think he's waiting until Kick's tyres are just terrible. But yeah, so we're going to see Flex come into the pit lane again. But that means that Adam and Major are going to lap him as we go on to the last 3 laps of this race. But here we go then. Odin's 1.6 tenths. Kick comes over, comes back to the racing line. Holding down the inside of turn 1. Has he made it stick? Ah, he hasn't. But Kick spins it. And Kick is round. No contact, thankfully, there from any of the drivers. But lots of drivers then trying to go for the fastest lap. That's that battle done with. Then Orden's into P3 to score, maybe secure his second podium in 2 weeks. Bank is trying his best now to get past Sankarim. 2 laps to go when they cross the line. So is he going to wait? Or is he going to take it now? I think Adam's got this race wrapped up as this minute. Show ERS. There you go. 6% for Bank. And 16% for Sankarim. But lag. Lag's just stopped us there. But Bank at 1.2 tenths to Sankarim. But will Bank go for the move on the inside of turn 1? He's gonna not go for it right now. I don't think he feels he's close enough to make that move happen. But a little Jack is gonna have DRS on Zevik. This is the scrap for P10. Oh, Lil Jack's getting a way better exit. He's just gonna breeze past, it looks as if, but Zevik's putting up a fight, and he's gonna go again on the inside to turn 12, but he doesn't get a good enough exit, and Jack has taken P10. Ollie Hallwood's going for a fastest lap attempt, it looks as if. Let's see if he can get that done. We'll come back to him because Bank is once again within the DRS of Sankarim. This is the battle for P4. But Bank is going to wait again. Sankarim going deep. But Bank's got to get on with it if he wants to make the move. This is similar to what we saw yesterday with drivers. Sankarim also being involved in this, but this time he was in the Aston Martin rather than the McLaren. But as we go on to the final lap of this Grand Prix, Sankarim sticking to the inside. Is he going to give him the position so he gets DRS? We see this all too often in this game. But doesn't look like he is right now. But they're going to go side by side to turn 4. Sankarim stays ahead. But this is the battle we're looking at now. Both tyres are on around 20 laps old. Sankarim's are just 1 lap younger than Banks. But Bank is completely out of ERS, whilst Sankarim has about 10% to play with. But we have a yellow flag. I think that's that Little Jack. Yes, Little Jack has lost the position, but I think Banks messed it up. Banks gonna push. He wants to make the move on Sankarim. No ERS left for the Aston Martin driver. But they're both pushing for P4. Adam's going to take the race win from Major Castleman, but these two are pushing it. I think he's pushed him. I think Bank's going to give him the position for that. But yes, Adam is the winner then in Australia. That's going to put him in the top of the driver's standings. A 2-3 for AlphaTauri, a good result for them. And P4 for Sankarim, and Bank's going to take P5. As Yevadar is finished but crashed. I don't know who he's crashed with. Kickerin has a puncture, and Ollie Horwitz is crashed. Also, who's going to take the... oh, this is going to be a scrap the line. Who's going to take it? Ollie Horwitz going to take it quite nicely, P8. But Kick has stopped it on the line. Is he going to be able to finish? We're waiting. He's just wheel spinning. Okay. He's put it in... I think he's put it in pause. I think... oh, he's retired. Oh, no. I think he'll still get points because he's done 90% of the race distance, but that's unfortunate. That's quite funny actually, but Adam is the race winner then. And as he comes out then, as they come out to celebrate. But here we go then. This is the classification. Adam from Major Chasm, Odin, Sangarim, and Bang finishing the top 5. Hako, good recovery for him into P6. Bit of a struggle on the strategy. Yivadar P7, Oliho with P8, Kikril in P9, and Zavik in P10. Jack and Flex rounding out the finishes, and then these are all the DNFs. On the race director for any incident tickets we have, not too many obviously, as we're on regular because the game's terrible. But that is the end of our stream. Decent race today, I thought. That's going to extend Adam's lead in the championship. Major Castleman's going to close up a little bit. He might go up into P2, I think, after this result. And I think AlphaTauri might take the lead at the Constructors' Championship to 2-3 today. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching and listening. It's been a good week in FPRL Australia. 3 good races across the board. We had no issues today, thankfully. But I'd like to thank you all for watching, everyone, and all the sponsors. And make sure to check all the links below the stream. I think they are there. Kick told me he didn't know if they were there, but they are there. But yeah, if you want to race, there's a Discord link there, and then you can find your division that suits you. But yeah, well, thank you all for watching and all for listening, and we will catch you all next Friday for the Division 1 at Imola. Ciao, ciao.